Everybody, we will get started here in just a few minutes. I'm trying to go live on YouTube to show off, but I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know. It kind of looks like we're live. All right, let me take a last couple bites. Any old Bibles? No, I don't think I have any old Bibles today, but I do have some old religious books and books of common prayer, stuff like that. Really cool old stuff, like dating back to the 1830s, I think. Let's see if we're live on YouTube. Yep, we're live on YouTube, but it's sideways. So let me see if I can change this. I don't know how. Or change orientation. Mute, green screen, lighting. Nope, we don't want to flip. I guess we'll have to do it this way. See how that looks. There's a delay on YouTube, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. We're waiting for a raid from Common Ground Finds, and I got to take a couple bites of my dinner, and we'll get things rolling. All right, I am back. We are just waiting for Common Ground Finds. Let me get my lamp plugged in, and we will get rolling. Welcome in, everybody. Hello. Oh, Pens and Pencils is watching over on over on YouTube. Let me see if I can get this pinned quick. Yep, we're gonna get it pinned. Okay, perfect. Alfred, can I check your message? Yep, let me see if I can pull that up. I think I can. Are you still interested? Oh, about the Folio Society? Probably not for that price, and shipping is going to be too expensive, and that's too long of a drive, so probably not. All right, let's get started. It is 4:59 in the afternoon. Let's go. What do we want to start with? That's the question. All right, I only have one. Oh, welcome in, CKD. How are you? I only have one of these Edgar Allan Poe, so we're going to start with that one. Uh-oh, this is a horrible angle on the video. See if that's any better. There we go. Okay, we can make this work. Nice antique works of Edgar Allan Poe. This is volume 5. We got the raid from Common Ground Finds. Thank you very much, Max. I appreciate you. We are just getting things started. The works of Edgar Allan Poe, volume 4, Tales of Detection and Crime. Look at this crazy frontispiece on the murders in the Rue Morgue with the ape ripping the lady's head off. That's insane. Welcome in, Book Nomad. 1904, works of Edgar Allan Poe. This says The Murders in the Rue Morgue, The Mystery of Marie Roget, The Purloined Letter, Thou Art the Man, and The Sphinx. 1904, works of Edgar Allan Poe with The Murder in the Rue Morgue and other classics by Poe. Let's get things started. Lot number 1, we're starting with a 1904 Edgar Allan Poe. I think this is the only Edgar Allan Poe I have tonight. And it's a nice one, for sure. We're at $3 and 4 and 5 and 6, looking for 7. Crazy deal on the 1904 Edgar Allan Poe Tales of Detection of Crime. Look at that crazy frontispiece. We are at 15 with Robluck, looking for 17. The last call. Robluck, you got it. Thank you, Robluck. Appreciate you very much. Let me start you a pile. Dang, I have a mess back here. Robluck, you got it. We do have a ton of these Flame Tree Press. Those are all brand new. We have some great titles. We'll be running through those tonight. We got some cool old geology books. We have lots of Charles Dickens. Let's do a couple Charles Dickens. Why not? Here we have a nice 2-volume set of Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. Very beautiful spines. These are really good, clean condition. Nothing bad to say about these. Tight binding, tight hinges all the way around. It looks like they have a lot of illustrations in these. The Posthumous Papers of the Pickwick Club, 2-volume set. No date, early 1900s, possibly late 1890s, but we're going to say early 1900s on these. Nice illustrated 2-volume set with the beautiful spines. 'Tis the season for Charles Dickens, and if you guys are patient, we might even have some Christmas Charles Dickens coming up later. But for now, we're doing the Pickwick 2-volume set. Very nice books. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Early 1900s, and they're illustrated. Jacob's in at 13 and 15, looking for 17 on the nice Dickens. Jacob Ryan. Nope. Amanda Wall wants it for 19, looking for 21. We got 21, looking for 23. Last call on the Charles Dickens. Thank you, Jacob Ryan. You got it. Excellent deal. Not bad. $21 for a 2-volume Charles Dickens. I am starting you a pile, Jacob. All right, we got a nice little miniature dictionary set. This is English, German, English, Italian, English, French, and English, Spanish with the nice little custom case. Yep, thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. Nice condition on these. These are part of the Midget series, published by Burgess and Bowes Limited in London. Actually printed in Belgium. That's kind of cool. I don't see a date on these. I don't know if they're like 1940s, 1950s, maybe earlier than that, but I would say mid-century on the little dictionary set. Again, you got German, English, English, Italian, English, French, and English, Spanish. Yep, cute little buggers. They are probably 3. Actually, guess what? We got a tape measure. We can measure them. 3 1/4 inches tall. So they are, I mean, technically 3 inches is the cutoff for miniatures. So we're going to say near miniature, 4-volume, little dictionaries, nice condition, in the original little case that was made by the publisher. And we're going to say mid-century, 1940s, 1950s-ish. Cool, cute little miniature dictionaries at $9, looking for 10. Coco Casanova got that. Thank you, Coco. I love that name. $9. Great deal for Coco. Let's sell that big leather set sitting in front of us. Get that out of the way. This is a 3-volume set of The Rise of the Dutch Republic by Motley. These are good condition, except for, I think the cover hinges on volume 3 are starting to split. The covers are still attached. They're holding by the threads, but as you can see, the cover on volume 3 are a little bit loose. Nice 3-volume leather set. Wow, look at this. Someone has 1855, 3 volumes, $112.50 on the price for that. I don't know. These don't seem, they are copyright 1855, but I don't think these are the 18. Nope. Actually, copyright 1888. So that person was off. They definitely don't seem like the 1855 edition. This is The Rise of the Dutch Republic, a history by John Lothrop Motley, 3-volume set, copyright 1883. Nice condition all the way around, nice tight bindings. The only issue is the cover hinges on volume 3 are splitting. Otherwise, these are very nice. We're gonna run these as 3 pounds, but they are heavy. I'll cover the extra shipping. Then we're gonna get to the preloaded items for you. These are running 3-volume set, The Rise of the Dutch Republic, a history of the Dutch Republic from 1883. Nice 3-volume set. 1 second, let me silence my phone. I don't want that blaring your ears off. 1883, Rise of the Dutch Republic, complete 3-volume leather set. We are at 23 and 25 and 27, looking for 30. Crazy deal for 3 volumes. Jonathan Hill, you got it. Thank you, Jonathan. let's get to the preloaded items because we got some killer stuff loaded in the shop for you today. That was an excellent deal, Jonathan. All right, up next we have, I think we have 3 gorgeous Victorian Charles Dickens. This is David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. What a gorgeous, gorgeous binding. An incredible condition. It's tough to find Victorian Dickens this nice for sure. Beautiful binding, tight hinges, tight binding. Look at how tight that inside hinge is. Perfect, perfect condition on the inside hinges. Those are always the first thing to go. The Personal History of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I have these listed as 1890s, but they're not dated. They could also probably be 1880s, but I'm not 100% sure. We're going to say 1890s just to be safe. Oh, I suppose I could turn on my other lamp. There we go. A little bit better lighting, maybe. 1890s, The Personal History of David Copperfield in a gorgeous binding and incredible condition. Awesome, awesome, awesome book right here. Jenny's in at 22, looking for 24. We're at 24 and 26. Crazy deal in this condition, this beautiful of a binding. Chris is in at 38, looking for 40. We're at 42 with Pozo the Great. Pozo the Great in the lead. Nope, Chris. Chris at 46, looking for 48. Chris for yo. Thank you, Chris. Excellent deal for Chris. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, we have 2 more of those Victorian Dickens. Up next, we have The Life and Adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit. Again, in the gorgeous Victorian binding and really, really clean condition. Look at how clean the top and bottom of the spine. The cover hinges, those always get split on these, but this is excellent. Tight binding, tight inside hinges as well, as always. I am the pickiest person when it comes to book condition. Life and Adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit by Charles Dickens. We're going to say circa 1890s, right in that late Victorian era. We only have a $1. Nope, it's not, Pozo, it's not splitting. Sorry. I don't know if I was clear. The hinges are not splitting at all. Nope, I will, sorry, I'll try to be more clear. Not splitting. Tight binding. I said usually the cover hinges are splitting on these Victorian books, but this is a really clean copy. Yep, very, very good condition. We only have a $1 bid on this one, looking for 2. Awesome, awesome copy of Martin Chuzzlewit. We are at 30 with Jenny, looking for 32. Pozo at 34, looking for 36. Gorgeous, gorgeous binding and gorgeous condition. Thank you, Pozo. You got it, and what a deal, what a deal, what a deal. Yep, Pozo in there sniping at the last second, and he got it. Thank you, Pozo. I appreciate you. Glad you can make it. Let me know if you ever want me to block you so you can't bid. Yep, I know you can't stop. Let me know. I can block you. I don't want to block you, but I can. Next, we have Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. Again, guys, this is such a clean condition. No, Linda. I just, I think today on eBay, I bought like 15 items, like 15 lots of books, a few individual ones, but I had 15 purchases on eBay today. So I spend a lot of time scrolling through junky overpriced stuff to find the few decent deals, but it's tough. It's so tough to find deals online or at antique stores or at bookstores. All right, this one, 1890s, Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. Again, we have a $1 pre-bid, looking for 2. Yeah, Pozo has definitely spent a few dollars on Whatnot the last couple weeks for sure. Pozo, did you just discover Whatnot recently? I feel like you're a new buyer, but maybe you were just in other categories. Focus on bidding for now, but yep, you said yes. Okay, 32 with Pozo, looking for 34. Thank you, Pozo. Great deal for you. I don't think you'd find them cheaper than that anywhere on eBay or any other website. All right, up next, we have a nice Victorian Nathaniel Hawthorne. This is our old home and Septimius Felton. Great condition on this one. Very elegant, beautiful spine. Nice condition all the way around. Tight binding, tight hinges. I think this one's 1870s. Let's see. Our Old Home and Septimius Felton by Nathaniel Hawthorne. 2 volumes in one. Published in 1873. Got a nice frontis illustration of Our Old Home. Nothing bad to say as far as the condition on this one. Yeah, Linda. Thank you. I appreciate that you guys are addicted to my books. And like those Dickens, those were cheap today. You're getting some deals. 1873, Our Old Home and Septimius Felton by Nathaniel Hawthorne at 5 and 6, looking for 7. Excellent deal with Karina and Designer at 7. Look at how beautiful that gold design is. Nope, I don't think I have any antique herbal medical books. Though, Rena, definitely pay attention to my upcoming shows because I just got in some leaves from books dating back to like the 14 and 1500s, and there's some cool. There's a couple herbal ones, but then there's also some just botany plant type books from like the 15 and 1600s. So pay attention. I'm gonna do like a medieval book type sale in the next couple weeks here. Thank you, Karina got that one. Thank you, Karina. All right, let's do, you guys want to do a few of the, we have a bunch of brand new Flame Tree Press. We'll run through some of those. This is Edgar Allan Poe. Absolutely gorgeous. These are all brand new, perfect condition, published by Flame Tree Press out of the UK. Again, these are all brand new, perfect condition. Beautiful, beautiful covers. Let's get a date on this one. Brand new 2017. It has all the classics. The Mask of the Red Death, The Raven, The Pit and the Pendulum, The Premature Burial, Murder in the Rue Morgue, The Black Cat, Message in a Bottle, Cast of Amontillado, The Gold Bug, The Oblong Box, etc., etc., etc. Absolutely beautiful. Brand new hardcover. This is going to be a mystery 2-pound lot. 10 seconds on the clock on the brand new Edgar Allan Poe collection. Gorgeous, gorgeous, brand new hardcover. Someone was telling me that new hardcovers at Barnes & Noble are like 30 to 35 bucks a piece plus tax. Insane. I guess I mostly deal in new and or in used and antique books, so I don't buy too many brand new books. Pozo at 13 and 15 and 17, still cheap, cheap, cheap on the brand new Edgar Allan Poe collection. All the finds in at 21, looking for 23. We got 23 with Daniel St. James. Daniel, oh no, all the finds. Ryan's hopping in at 25, last millisecond there. Thank you so much, Ryan. Like I said, we have a great lineup of Flame Tree Press books. We'll be mixing them in throughout the show. I know some of you only look like the 100 and 200-year-old books, but gotta mix in a few of those. Up next, we have Greek Myths and Tales. Again, brand new, perfect condition on this one. Some of these I have a couple copies of. Some I only have one. A lot of them I already ran out of inventory of. Greek Myths and Tales. You have the major Olympians, Zeus and Ares and Aphrodite and Hades. And you have Perseus and the Gorgon Slayer, the Adventures of Hercules, Jason and the Argonauts, Tales of Theseus, Tales of Troy, Homer's Odyssey, Crime and Punishment, Myths of Love, Love of the Gods, etc., etc., etc. Again, brand new, perfect condition, Greek Myths and Tales. Beautiful. These are such beautiful books. Very nice, high-quality hardcover. Looking for $1. Gorgeous, gorgeous. There's a sticker back there, but that will peel off nice and easy for you. I promise. I've done it on camera, and half the time it peels off in one piece. Sometimes I make a mess, but it's pretty easy. Some of them do. Some of them have illustrations, but most of them don't. I can show you. I think the Wizard of Oz. Thank you, Husker Girl. The Wizard of Oz does, and there's a few others that do. This is The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. Again, Flame Tree Publishing. Beautiful, beautiful. They have nice, shiny silver and gold details on the cover. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Brand new. This one has the first 6 L. Frank Baum titles. So it has The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, Ozma of Oz, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, The Road to Oz, and The Emerald City of Oz. And this one is illustrated. But most of them aren't illustrated, but this one is. Brand new, perfect condition, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, featuring the first 6 titles by Baum. Let's go, looking for $1. Brand new, perfect condition. These make awesome, awesome gifts. I definitely kept quite a few for myself. Husker Girl at 15, looking for 17. We're at 16, looking for 18. I can never quite figure that out because usually after a $10 bid, it goes up in $2 increments. But every now and again, it throws in like a $1. I don't know. It'll go for like 25 to 26. I don't know how that happens. So it confuses me. Thank you, Daniel St. James. You got it. Let's see. Is that your first one, Daniel? I think it is. I'm starting you a pile. Too early for me to be getting losing track of who bought something and who didn't. All right, here's a great title. This is Bram Stoker Horror Stories. Again, brand new, perfect condition. Bram Stoker Horror Stories. Little too late for Halloween, but it would still make a nice Christmas gift. Supernatural foes, murder and revenge, love and tragedy. And obviously, you're going to have lots of the different Dracula stories. Okay, yep, you're first today. Bram Stoker Horror Stories, brand new, perfect condition. You guys know how expensive new hardcovers are. And these are gorgeous. Excellent deal. $15 for Husker. That was a great deal for you. All right, let's do one more, and then we're going to get to the preloaded items again. Oh, here's another illustrated one. This is the Divine Comedy. That's Dante's Inferno, Purgatory, and Paradise by Dante Alighieri, illustrated by Gustave Doré. This one has some incredible artwork. Brand new, perfect condition. Very, very scary, especially in the Inferno. Some very graphic and scary artwork in this one. And then obviously much more pleasant artwork in the Paradise or the Heaven part. Yep, awesome, awesome title right here. And again, the antique editions that are illustrated by Doré are extremely expensive. I think I sold an antique Dante's Inferno on Whatnot couple months ago, I think for like $450, especially if you can find them with the leather bindings in really nice condition. This is a brand new, perfect copy of Dante's Inferno, Dante's Purgatory, and Paradise. Yep, we got some occult tonight, some new occult. Nothing old, though, I don't think. Awesome. Gustave Doré illustrated copy of the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri, illustrated by Doré. Disco Bread got that. Thank you, Disco Bread. Appreciate you very much. All right, let's get back to the preloaded items because we got some cool items in the shop. Pozo wants occult. Do you guys want me to do a couple occult books? I can do a couple occult books for you. Yeah. Okay, everyone wants occult. Okay. This is Cat Magic. Harness the powers of felines through history, behavior, and familiars. How fun is this one? Again, this is brand new, perfect condition hardcover. There's Yona just in time for the Cat Magic book. I think she already bought a copy of this one, though. Brand new 2023. I remember. I'm pretty sure Yona already bought this one because she likes cats. Very cool book about cat magic. Lots of cool illustrations on cats and lions and tigers and all that stuff. Cat Magic, brand new 2023 hardcover. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Looking for $1. Nope. Just lions and tigers. No bears. We got jaguars and lynx, though, and stuff like that. Disco Bread at 6 and 7 and 8. Looking for $9. Brand new hardcover on Cat Magic. Disco got it. Thank you, Disco. All right, same dealio, except this one is Owl Magic, exploring our fascinating connections with these birds throughout folklore and magical traditions. Brand new, perfect condition on this one. I'm going to do one more occult book after this, and then we'll mix in some more later. Owl Magic, brand new. Where's the date on this? Is this one of those buggers that has the date in the back? Brand new 2024 book on Owl Magic. Cool book about bird magic. Oh, sorry. We'll do the Steinbeck in 2 lots, I promise. I know that's the thing. I like to mix in mystery lots to keep you guys entertained, but then I end up holding up the other stuff. Brand new, perfect condition, 2024 Owl Magic. Designer at 1, looking for 2. All right, you like the cats, you don't like the owls. Thank you, designer. Designer got it. All right, one more occult book, and then, like I said, we're going to get back to the preloaded antique stuff. This is The Spirit of Botany, Aromatic Recipes and Rituals. Brand new, perfect condition. A little bit of dust. This one needs cleaned off. The Spirit of Botany, Aromatic Recipes and Rituals. Let me get the date for this one. This one is brand new. Well, let's see. Some of these new books are a major pain to find the date in. Contents about this book, tools you'll need. New Age. Yep, definitely New Age. Brand new 2020 on this one. Lots of photographic illustrations. Cool book on, occult type botany. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. The Spirit of Botany, Aromatic Recipes and Rituals. Brand new, perfect condition hardcover. Nice big hardcover. At 3 and 4, looking for 5. Yona knows how, like, this stuff sells all the time in bookstores. One of the hottest topics out there, probably. Designer at 7. Nope, all the finds at 8, looking for 9. And then we're going to get back to the regularly loaded stuff with the John Steinbeck coming up next. Ryan in at 10. Thank you, Ryan. You got it. All right. What lot are we on? We're on lot number 5 of the preload items. This is a nice vintage copy of The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, International Collectors Library. Absolutely beautiful spine and front cover. Tight binding and tight hinges. Oh, there's even the original International Collectors Library little notes. I'll leave that in there for you. Nice vintage copy. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Copyright 1967 on this one. Very good condition overall. Tight binding, tight hinges. Very clean. We have an $8 bid looking for 9 on The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Nice vintage copy here. Nikki in at 22, looking for 24. Nope, see there, it goes to 23. Now looking for 25. Husker Girl got that. Thank you, Husker Girl. All right, another great book right here. This is the Child's Commentator on the Bible for the Home Circle. Really cool old children's religious book here. This one is hefty. I think it probably weighs 4 or 5 pounds. Has about a bazillion pages. Let's see. This one has 1158 pages. That's crazy. Almost 1,200 pages. There's a nice inscription. Frederick Holton from his father, September 1875. The Child's Commentator on the Bible for the Home Cycle by Reverend Ingrid Cobbin. Let's see. Copyright 1873. Highly illustrated. And then there's lots of cool borders on the pages as well. I always appreciate when they do that. Again, 1,100 plus pages of Bible stories and history of the Holy Land and ancient religious rituals and stuff. Absolutely incredible. 1873, The Child's Commentator on the Bible. Huge book. This one is hefty with 1,150 some pages. This one is running Cheryl in at 36, looking for 38. Still an awesome deal. Again, these big heavy books didn't survive very well because, you know, they couldn't hold up with the weight. Pozo got it. Thank you, Pozo. All right, let's keep it going. We have one James Fenimore Cooper coming up next. Nice Victorian era James Fenimore Cooper. This is Homeward Bound and Home Has Found, which is the sequel to Homeward Bound, so that's handy. A little bit of like paint droplets or some kind of droplets there on the spine. Tight binding, very tight hinges. Again, this is Homeward Bound or The Chase, A Tale of the Sea, one of Cooper's classic sea tales by James Fenimore Cooper. No date, definitely 1890s on this edition. And then you also have Home Has Found, which is the sequel to Homeward Bound. Again, circa 1890s. Nice, big, chunky hardcover. We have a $1 bid on this one, looking for two. 1890s, two classic James Fenimore Cooper stories. Circa 1890s in a very nice looking binding. Amanda's in at 7, looking for 8. We got 8 and 9, looking for 10. Crazy deal on 1890s James Fenimore Cooper. Amanda got it. Thank you, Amanda. That's your first one, Amanda? I think it is. Wowza. Thank you, Amanda. Yep, first one. I think you got a box of books yesterday, if I remember. All right, up next. Oh, this is a nice one. This is the collected works of Edward A. Guest. I just thought this one had a nice looking binding. The collected verse of Edward A. Guest. Nice looking spine and front cover. Tight binding, tight hinges. There's an inscription dated 1948 on the front end paper. Collected verse of Edward A. Guest. Let's see. This one is a 1947 edition. And again, it looks like it has a 800, 900 plus pages in this one. Very nice condition and a very pretty cover. We have a $1 bid on this one, looking for two. Let's go. 1947, the collected verse of Edward A. Guest with over 900 pages. And a very pretty cover. Amanda in at 10, looking for 11. Glenn Cole is in the house. Welcome in, Glenn. Glenn's at 13, looking for 15. Excellent, excellent deal for Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. All right, up next, guys, we have A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I cannot believe it. We are selling A Christmas Carol. All right, I'm already running out of space over there. All right, this is A Christmas Carol in Prose by Charles Dickens, part of the Excelsior Literature series. Nice paperback. These paperbacks never survived. They weren't. They were cheap editions, so they weren't made to survive. With a nice, pretty front cover. Tight binding. Christmas Carol in Prose being a ghost story of Christmas by Charles Dickens. I don't think this one had a date, but it's definitely early 1900s. Let's see. Stave 3. Awakening in the middle of the prodigious tough snore and sitting up in bed to get his thoughts together, Scrooge had no occasion to be told that the bell was again upon the stroke of 1. He felt that he was restored to consciousness in the right nick of time for the especial purpose of holding a conference with the second messenger dispatched to him through Jacob Marley's intervention. Classic early 1900s Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. A nice little paperback. Again, these old paperbacks never survived. They just weren't seen as being worth keeping and around. So definitely probably pretty rare to find in any condition. Nikki at 18. Nikki got it. Thank you, Nikki. feel like I'm losing my mind. That's your first one, Nikki? I thought you already had one today, but thank you. I could have swore you already bought one, but I don't see a pile for you. Thank you very much. All right, up next. Oh, we got a really nice bundle of William Makepeace Thackeray. Yep, you're first. Okay. I really love the binding on these William Makepeace Thackeray with that big old flower there on the spine. This is the Paris Sketchbook, The English Humorist, and Contributions to Punch. Tight binding, tight hinges. Oh, these are limited edition number 806 of 1,000 copies printed. They're not dated, but I would say they're early 1900s. Again, 3 really, really clean condition William Makepeace Thackeray with the gorgeous spines. We only have a $1 bid on the 3 books. Yep, these are sexy, Pozo. Absolutely. Incredibly sexy William Makepeace Thackeray. Look at those spines. Insane. 3 books for $10. Looking for 11 for 3 books. That's crazy. Still less than $9 a piece. Less than $11 a piece. Less than $12 a piece. Crazy deal. Uh-oh, Pozo wants these. Everyone stop bidding. Pozo wants them. Please don't bid anymore. Pozo wants them. Pozo, you got it. Still an awesome deal. Thank you, Pozo. Sorry, I'm not playing favorites. Anyone is welcome to bid. All right, let's do some more mystery lots because why not? Here's a cool one. This is a cool old political one. This is the Connecticut State Register and Manual. I'm not playing favorites, Pozo. 1931 Connecticut State Register and Manual. Cool book of like all the political stuff. There's even a inscription, compliments of William L. Higgins. I think that was the state secretary during the time of the publication of this one. The Register and Manual, 1931, published in 1931. This has all the cool stuff on all the different politicians, the state history, the legislature, the post office, county officers, the postmasters, all that stuff. Looks like it is illustrated as well. There's stuff on the railroads. And then in the back, there's a huge folding map of Connecticut. Nice big folding map of Connecticut. And then what else is there? There's another map. Whoa, this one's huge. I think this is a huge U.S. map. I'm not going to pull it out because it's massive and I'll never get it folded in. I'm already... Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, it's back. 1931, the Connecticut State Register and Manual. Cool old Connecticut political book from 1931 with 2... There's the big map of Connecticut, and I think there's a U.S. map in the back of this one. Looking for $1. Crimson, volume 59 at 1. Thank you, Crimson. Crazy deal for Crimson. Thank you very much. Not bad for $1. Not bad at all. All right, here's a pretty binding. This is Hilda Stafford by Beatrice Harraden. Gorgeous cover. There's some stuff, some notes falling out. I'm going to leave those in there for you. Tight binding and tight hinges on this one. Hilda Stafford. A California Story. That's kind of cool. By Beatrice Harraden. 1897. Cool book about some lady out in California. Pretty nice condition. Oh, we got some illustrations. Nice Victorian era artwork. 1897, Hilda Stafford, A California Story by Beatrice Harraden. Gorgeous cover on this one at $1. Looking for 2. Yep, this one's really pretty. 1897. Cool California Story about Hilda Stafford. Designer at 3. Great deal for designer. All right, we have some more old... We got some nice Charles Dickens books. This is Bleak House by Charles Dickens. Complete 2-volume set. Very nice, pretty spines. Clean covers. Tight binding, tight hinges. These are all very good condition. Bleak House by Charles Dickens, illustrated with 27 illustrations, plus the frontispiece artwork as well. Early 1900s on these. I would possibly late 1890s, but definitely, I'm just going to say early 1900s to be safe. 10 seconds on the clock for the 2-volume set of Bleak House by Charles Dickens in a nice, pretty binding. Just in time for Christmas. If you're looking for a nice gift and don't want to pay an insane amount of money, these are really, really pretty and very clean condition. Definitely gift quality. Amanda in at 11 and 13 and 15, looking for 17, still really cheap for a 2-volume, nice, clean condition set of Dickens. Pozo in at 23, last call. Pozo got it. Thank you, Pozo. All right, same dealio, but this is Dombey and Son. Uh-oh, you bid a little. Oh, don't bid against yourself, Pozo. Be careful. Don't want you paying extra. Dombey and Son, again, 2-volume set by Charles Dickens, illustrated with 18 illustrations in this one. And again, very pretty spines. And again, nice condition. If these weren't in nice condition, I probably wouldn't be selling them. But they're so incredibly clean. And they have really nice embossed designs on the spine. At 1, looking for 2 on the 2-volume set of Dombey and Son. Classic Charles Dickens right here. Pozo in at 26 and 30, looking for 32. Very, very elegant and incredibly clean condition. Pozo for 34. Thank you, Pozo. Pozo, are you going to buy a small box full or a big box full tonight? That's the question. Because right now it's a small box full. Up next, you have Our Mutual Friend and Miscellaneous Stories by Charles Dickens. Again, these are so darn clean. Yep, Pozo. For those prices, I really don't think you can go wrong. Absolutely incredible deals. Anything under like $40 for a set is pretty great. Our Mutual Friend and Miscellaneous Stories by Charles Dickens. I can't stop, Pozo. I need to sell books. Hey, I have book spending issues as well. I spend way too much money on books, so I appreciate you guys buying them from me, because my book buying habits are also completely out of control. Pozo at 11 and 14, looking for 16. Nice 2-volume set of Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. Pozo at 26 and 32 and 36, looking for 40. Last call with Pozo. You got it, Pozo. Excellent deal. All right, I'll do one more bundle of Dickens for you. And then we'll get back to, we have some religious books and kids books coming up. Yep. Should I start a Facebook group for book, what are we gonna call it? Book Addicts Anonymous, where we try to get over our book addictions. Nice 2-volume set, Old Curiosity Shop and Hard Times by Charles Dickens. Book Addicts Anonymous. I think there are actually lots of people that do have legitimate book addictions. They buy books to the point where it is not healthy to their lives. So I'm not quite that bad yet. And I also sell them, so that's kind of like, it's like, I don't know. It's okay for me to buy unlimited books. Nikki's close. Nikki's close to it being an issue. Not quite, Nikki. You know what, Nikki? You just have to start selling books. That's all. Just become a book dealer. Then you can buy as many as you want. All right. Old Curiosity Shop and Hard Times by Charles Dickens, early 1900s. Yeah, Pink Merc has a vintage addiction. I was born in the wrong age. Pozo at 23, looking for 25. Old Curiosity Shop and Hard Times by Dickens in very clean condition. Really, really clean. Pozo, you got it. All right. We will be selling some more Dickens later, for sure. Unless you want me to keep going. If you all want me to keep going on the Dickens, otherwise we can take a break. Give you a little break. Let you calm down, cool down for a minute. All right, let's get back to lot number 12 is Billy Whiskers Kids by Francis Trago. Montgomery, popular edition. This is this was part of a series. Billy Whiskers, I think, was a goat who like caused all kinds of, he was a wild goat and he was kind of a naughty goat and did some interesting stuff. Billy Whiskers Kids or Day and Night by Francis Trago Montgomery, illustrated. Yes, shenanigans. There's the word. 1931 copyright date on this one. And as you will see, Billy Whiskers Kid causes all kinds of chaos. He was definitely a fun-loving. There's him trying to knock down the gate of a fence. He definitely was a wild goat and wreaked havoc all over. There was him on a ship. Fun little kids book about a goat. 10 seconds on the clock. We have a $1 bid on this one. Looking for 2. Let's go. Nice 1931 edition of Billy Whiskers Kid. Very fun children's storybook about a goat. Nice condition. Very nice condition on this one. Welcome in, Bob. How are you? Happy Tuesday to you. Designer got it for $10. Thank you, Designer. Let's see. We do have some cool old religious books. This is a cool book about Dwight Moody, actually. I know his books are very cool. The Boy from Northfield, the story of Dwight L. Moody by Harry Albus. Nice condition with the original dust jacket. There's an inscription written on the front end paper. The Boy from Northfield, the life of Dwight L. Moody by Harry J. Albus. Published in 1949. I know Dwight Moody books are highly, highly collectible. And we have a nice little lineup of religious books coming up here with the original dust jackets. This one has a $3 bid, looking for 4 on the nice biography of Dwight Moody. We're at 3 with Crimson, looking for 4. We got 5 and 6. Again, Moody books are highly collectible, especially if you can get the antique ones. This one's from 1949. Crimson at 9. Last call with Crimson. Thank you, Crimson. All right, up next, we got another Dwight Moody. This is A Treasury of Dwight L. Moody, again by Harry Albus with the original dust jacket. Welcome in, Christy Loves Bees. Glad you could make it. Really nice condition with the original dust jacket. Tight binding, tight hinges. Looks like there's a book plate on the front end paper. Again, this one is also 1949. Selections from his sermons and writings with a brief sketch of his life and influence. Classic evangelist Dwight Moody. We're at $3, looking for 4. With the original dust jacket in really nice condition. I should have probably looked these up on eBay. I assume they go for good money. Crimson at 3, 4, 5, looking for 6. Crimson, you got that one nice and easy. All right, let's keep it going. We'll run through all of the religious books. This one's kind of cool. Generalissimo and Madame Chiang Kai-shek, Christian Liberators of China by Basil Miller, with the original dust jacket. Again, very nice condition underneath that dust jacket. Very nice dust jacket as well. Tight binding, tight hinges. Christian Liberators in China by Basil Miller, 2nd edition. Published by the Zonderval Publishing Company in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Welcome in, John Sewell. We are just running through some of the religious books. Copyright 1943 on this one. Awesome title here with the original dust jacket. Very nice condition. Looking for $2. Again, it's so tough to find these books with the original dust jackets and this clean. We are at 3, looking for 4. Awesome title. Generalissimo and Madame Chiang Kai-shek, Christian Liberators of China. Designer got that one. Thank you, Designer. All right, we got a few more. I was thinking about doing a pizza called your bank. I hope the bank doesn't call. This is the Acts of the Apostles by G. Campbell Morgan. Again, with the original dust jacket. Pretty nice condition underneath. A little bit dusty. This one just needs a good dusting. That's all. Tight binding, tight hinges. Let's see. Copyright 1924 on this one. Nice commentary on the Acts of the Apostles from 1924 by G. Campbell Morgan. We have a $6 bid. What series name of the shiny books? Oh, they're Flame Tree Publishing out of the UK. There's not a Flame. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Flame Tree Publishing or Flame Tree Press. All right, this one is running 1924 Acts of the Apostles by G. Campbell Morgan at 23, looking for 25. Last call. Pink Merc, you got it. That was a good one. Dickens, yep, we'll do some more Dickens. I want to get through the rest. We have 4 more religious books, and then we can do some more Dickens. I only have one. I have a new Poe. I don't have any more old Poe. I sold all the Poe already. All right, Pink Merc got that one. We got a few more religious books. This is Life and Love by Clyde M. This is hilarious. Life and Love, A Christian View of Sex. How does it take to rate on a date? How can you be sure I'm in love? What does the Bible say about sex? Very interesting book right here. Part of Clyde M. Naramore, Christian psychologist. Very interesting book with the original dust jacket, The Christian View of Sex. I don't know. I was reading this one. I thought it was kind of interesting. Again, by the Zorander Publishing Company. Quote the Raven, Naramore. Dating, marriage, human birth, physical development, sex problems, youth opinions, and definitions. This one is from 1959. I think there's a few illustrations, but nothing too crazy. There's the anatomical view of a baby developing. There's an anatomical view of sperm entering. Sperm cells propelled by their thread-like tails move into the uterus and tubes. Interesting book on Christianity, dating, and rating. How to be a good date in 1959. 10 seconds of the clock. We have a $1 bid on this one. Looking for 2. Very nice condition with the original dust jacket. We are at 1. Looking for 2. No one wants this one. All right, designer, you got an awesome deal. I thought that one was really cool. All right, up next, we have a couple more. We have 3 more religious books, and then we're going to get to some Dickens, some more Flame Tree Press. Oh, this one's running. Sorry about that. Hollowed Songs, 1866 cool antique songbook. It's running at 32, looking for 34. Sorry about that. I accidentally pushed start auction. Pink Merc, you got a great deal. Thank you. Dang, I meant to show that one off before I started it. Whoopsies. All right, here's a cool one. This is the Dictionary of the Bible by William Smith, revised by Plebit. Yeah, you were here. Good. I'm glad you got that one. This one's really cool. Dictionary of the Bible from 1884. Tight binding, tight hinges. Nice frontispiece illustration, the Pool of Bethesda. With 17 color maps and 440 illustrations. Dictionary of the Bible, copyright 1884, with 16 color maps and 440 illustrations. That's pretty darn incredible. There's the doorway of how do you say Nineveh? Nineveh. I think that's how you say that. Let's see. I want to show you where the maps are. The maps hiding in the back. Yep, there's the maps. 16 color maps in the back of different parts of the Holy Land in Israel and Jerusalem and Palestine. Cool historical book. 16 maps in the back and 440 illustrations. Nice condition. 1884 Dictionary of the Bible. Look at that cool front cover on this one too. Dictionary of the Bible by William Smith. There's a map of, there's Jerusalem right in the middle. We're at 46, looking for 40 out on the 1884 Dictionary of the Bible. Thank you, Molly. You got it. Nice and easy. Thank you, Molly. Yep, great grab right there. All right, this next one might be the oldest. And actually, then we have a few cool mystery religious books to sell you. And then we'll get to the Dickens. Sorry for keeping you waiting. This is the Book of Religions by John Hayward. The front cover hinge is splitting, but the cover is still attached. The rear cover hinge is also splitting, but again, the cover is attached. But as you can see, cover hinges are splitting. Tight binding. Nice inside hinges on this one. This is the Book of Religions, comprising the views, creeds, sentiments, and opinions of all the principal religious sects of the world by John Hayward, 1843. How insane is that? 170 years old. And again, it has everything on, obviously, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Confucianism, Catholicism, Protestantism, atheism, Indian religions, Judaism, Greek and Russian churches, pagan mythology, all that stuff. Yep, 182 years. Thank you, Bert. I can't do the math that quick. 1843, Book of Religions by John Hayward, 182-year-old leather book on all of the religions throughout history. We're at $53, looking for $55. Crazy deal on this one. Thank you, Jonathan Hill. Yeah, I figured you might have used a calculator. Thank you, Jonathan. That was an excellent deal there. All right, we have a few cool mystery books to show you that are religious. This one, as you can see, the spine's a little bit worn. The cover hinges are splitting, but again, the covers are attached, but they are splitting. Nice tight binding. Look at that. The original owner's date, Solomon Wells, September 25th, 1816. So you can tell this one is old. Letters on Missions, addressed to the Protestant ministers of the British churches by Melville Horne, who was a late chaplain of Sierra Leone in Africa. So this guy was a chaplain in Sierra Leone, Africa, and he wrote this book on mission trips. He wrote it to the Protestant ministers of the British churches. 1815 in Andover. I think that might be Andover. Is that Andover, New York, maybe? I think it's New York. It's not England or anything like that. Cool book on all of his mission trips. And again, he was the chaplain in Sierra Leone, Africa. That's incredible. 211-year-old, Bert says. Bert says 210 years old. Yep. Oldest book. Sorry, I think this might be the oldest one of the night, but you never know what I'm going to dig out. You just never know. All right, guys. 1816. Cool book by a chaplain he was a chaplain in Sierra Leone, Africa. Letters on a Mission. So books about his missionary works all over the world and including in Africa. Pretty incredible antique leather book. We are at 69 and 74 and 79. This one is special. 210 years old. Thank you, Jonathan. You got it. I think that was a pretty good deal. I should have looked that one up on eBay. I'm sure it's extremely valuable. All right, up next, this is the Early Lesson Book for Infant Scholars by Reverend Z.A. Mudge, published by the Sunday School Department in New York. As you can see, there's these little not bird poop, looks like fly poop speckles on the front cover. The Easy Lesson Book for Infant Scholars, published in New York. Copyright 1862, so Civil War era book right here. And again, it's a paperback. The paperback stuff never survived. Here's Lesson 19, the death of Jesus Christ. Who betrayed Christ? Judas. Who came with Judas to take him? A great multitude. What time did they come? At night. By whom was to whom did they first bring him? To the high priest. By whom was he sent? Pilate. Very cool little children's Sunday school question and answer book. The Children of Israel. What did Moses and Aaron demand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to let Israel go out of slavery? 1862, the Easy Lesson Book for Infant Scholars, published by the Sunday School Department. Very cool. 1862, Civil War era little Sunday school question and answer book. This one's very cool and very nice condition for being an 1862 paperback. Right in the second year of the Civil War. Pretty incredible. Molly in at only $6. Jeremy at 7. There's Jeremy. Molly at 8. Looking for 9. Molly got it. Thank you, Molly. All right. One more religious books, then we'll probably sell some Charles Dickens for you. This is a nice old leather common prayer book with a nice leather binding. A little bit of wear. That front cover looks like it's starting to split right there. The rear cover is also probably starting to split, but it is holding together. Nice tight binding, tight inside hinges. This one is super duper early. This is the Book of Common Prayer, an administration of the sacraments and other rites and ceremonies of the church. Also together with the Psalter or Psalms of David from 1826. Guys, 199 years old. What the heck? 199-year-old Book of Common Prayer, plus the Psalms of David, a new version of the Psalms of David. This one was 1828, so that one's only 197 years old. But the Common Prayer is a 199-year-old with a nice leather binding. Absolutely incredible. I already forgot the date. 1826. 199-year-old Book of Common Prayer in a leather binding. Let's go. Guys, incredible. 1826. 199-year-old leather-bound Book of Common Prayer. I got to show you that title page again. Cool frontispiece of the communion altar. Look at that. Published in Oxford, England in 1826. Nice condition. Look how tight that binding is. Covers look nice, except their cover hinges are just starting to split. 199-year-old prayer book. Designer, you got it. Thank you so much, designer. All right, let's do some more Dickens. Why not? I know you all are patiently waiting for some more Charles Dickens. This is Martin Chuzzlewit and Miscellaneous Stories by Charles Dickens, 2-volume set. Very, very nice condition. Look how beautiful those are. I hope you're ready, Pozo. Get the credit card warmed up because these are awesome. Works of Charles Dickens, The Life and Adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit, with 20 illustrations plus the frontispiece. Let's see. There you go. Very nice Victorian artwork. Let's see if volume 2 says how many illustrations that one has. Yep. Okay. So volume 1 has 20 illustrations plus the frontispiece. This one has 16 illustrations plus the frontispiece, plus miscellaneous tales. Prince Bull, A Fairy Tale, Our Honorable Friend. Early 1900s, 2-volume set of Martin Chuzzlewit. 10 seconds on the clock for the nice antique Martin Chuzzlewit 2-volume set. Illustrated. This one has 20 illustrations. This one has 16. So lots of cool illustrations. This is running at 6 and 7 for the 2-volume Charles Dickens set. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at how pretty those spines are. Uh-oh, Pozo. And there's Bray. Bray Jim's hopping in at 43 and 47, looking for 50. Bray Jim hopping out of nowhere. Thank you, Pozo. You got it. King Pozo the Great. You got it. Thank you so much, Pozo. I appreciate you. All right, up next, we have a 2-volume set of Little Dorrit and Miscellaneous. Let's see what that means when they say miscellaneous. I wanna know. Little Dorrit, and then it has Down with the Tide and a plated article. Again, about 20 illustrations. This one has 19 illustrations plus the frontispiece illustration. Volume 1 has 24 illustrations plus the frontispiece. And again, circa early 1900s, 2-volume set of Little Dorrit. 10 seconds on the clock for this bundle. And again, these are all incredibly clean condition. Very, very clean spines, very clean covers, tight bindings, tight hinges. Awesome, awesome condition at $9 and 10 and 14 and 14 and 17. So I don't want to jump the gun. Pozo's in the lead at 23 and 26, looking 32. Pozo, are you going to get a great deal or a good deal? That's the question. Amanda at 36, Pozo at 40. Last call with Pozo. Thank you, Pozo. You got it. All right, up next we have Nicholas Nickleby and Miscellaneous by Charles Dickens. Again, these spines are so pretty with those embossed, whatchamacallits. Nice 2-volume set of Nicholas Nickleby, and then this one also has, the Christmas Tree, A Christmas Tree and the Long Voyage by Dickens. That's pretty cool. 2-volume set of Nicholas Nickleby and Miscellaneous Stories by Charles Dickens, which is the Christmas Tree. 10 seconds on the clock. Early 1900s. This one is running. 2-volume set of Nicholas Nickleby by Charles Dickens. And then tell you what, if you want, I can sell you the Christmas Stories volume. Because why not? You guys deserve it. Amanda in at 34 and 38 and 42. Oh, there's Bray Jim again, hopping in at 42 and 46. Pozo got it. Pozo, you're up to a medium-sized box so far. It's not a big box yet, Pozo. All right, up next we have Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens. This is complete 1-volume set of Christmas stories. I don't think this one has the classic Christmas stories that you all know and love. This is his lesser known ones. Christmas Stories with 13 illustrations and a frontispiece. Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens. Let's see. We got to look at the contents. Okay, that's not helpful. This one has the 7 Poor Travelers. Okay, this one, there's not a contents page, but it has Tom Tiddler's Ground. I'm just going to show you a few of the lesser known Christmas titles here. It doesn't have the classic Christmas Carol and the chimes and Cricket on the Hearth. A Message from the Sea. So these are his lesser known Christmas and shorter Christmas stories. Going into Society. And again, the 7 Poor Travelers. So Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens, but they're not like the Christmas Carol and Cricket on the Hearth and the Chimes. These are his other Christmas stories. 10 seconds on the clock for the early 1900s Christmas Stories Illustrated Edition. We are at 1, looking for 2. On the early 1900s with 14 illustrations in this one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens. Can't beat it. Pozo's in at 22, looking for 24. Last call. We're at 26 and 28 and looking for 30. Pozo got that one. Thank you, Pozo. All right, another awesome title coming right up. This is Oliver Twist and Miscellaneous by Charles Dickens. Again, incredibly clean condition. Tight binding, tight hinges. Classic Oliver Twist. And then, let's see, the miscellaneous ones are Out of Town and Out of Season by Charles Dickens. With, looks like 19 illustrations plus the frontispiece illustration of Mr. Dickens himself. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Illustrated edition of Oliver Twist in very nice condition, complete in 1 volume. 10 seconds on the clock for the antique Charles Dickens, circa early 1900s. Classic Oliver Twist with illustrations. I think 20 illustrations in this one. What an awesome, awesome Charles Dickens title here. Pozo at 25 and 28 and 32 and 36. One of the best Charles Dickens titles ever at $40. Last call with Pozo. Nope, there's Bray Jim at 44. Pozo at 48, looking for 50. Still not bad for an antique Oliver Twist. Pozo at 57, last call. Pozo, you got it. Thank you, Pozo. All right, you're almost to a big box, Pozo. You're getting there. Up next, we have Great Expectations, another awesome, awesome title by Charles Dickens. And again, these are such nice condition. Tight binding, tight hinges. It's so tough to find these where the inside hinges are still intact. Great Expectations with 25 illustrations plus the frontispiece. So 26 illustrations total. Circa early 1900s. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Let's go. Awesome title right here. Great Expectations. And a very, very pretty, elegant spine. Oh, Tram's Little Lady. I see you in there. Welcome in. We are just selling a very nice antique early 1900s copy of Great Expectations with, I think, 26 illustrations. Brijoux at 25. Brijoux got that one. Thank you, Brijoux. Awesome pickup. New customer. I think you're the first new customer of the day. Thank you, Brie. I am starting you a pile. Why not? Why not? All right. Up next, we have a nice old copy of Child's History of England. Yep. Well, welcome. Glad you can make it. Tight binding, tight hinges, and thank you for your first purchase from me. Child's History of England with 13 illustrations plus the frontispiece. This is a cool historical. This one covers like all the cool kings and queens and wars and castles and stuff. I don't think this one is not fiction. I think this one is nonfiction, at least as far as I know. Nonfiction history of England with 14 illustrations. And again, there's lots of cool stuff on all the different kings and queens throughout the history of England. Let's see. I want to show you a couple more of the illustrations quick, if I can find them. There we go. That looks like the Crusades right there. Early 1900s, Child's History of England by Charles Dickens. 10 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Nice early 1900s Child's History of England with 14 illustrations. And again, incredibly clean condition. I'm so picky when it comes to condition on books, so I try to bring you the best stuff. Jacob Ryan at 19 and 21 and 23, looking for 25. Jacob Ryan, you got it. All right, you guys want me to sell a few more Charles Dickens or Flame Tree Press? Let me know what you want. We have Flame Tree Press. We have Charles Dickens. These are kind of cool. We have a leather-bound book on rapid transit, the art of music, and the story of plants. We have, oh, actually, you know what I want to show you? One more Dickens. Okay, we can do one more Dickens. Absolutely. And then we'll do some more Dickens before the end of the sale as well. We got a 2-volume set of Barnaby Rudge and Miscellaneous. Very nice 2-volume set. These are really clean condition. They each have over 20 illustrations in each volume. This is Barnaby Rudge and Master Humphrey's Clock, circa early 1900s. One more Charles Dickens. Then, have you always sold books? No, actually, well, okay, so I graduated high school and I went to college as an animal science major. I wanted to go to vet school, and I started collecting old farming and vet books in like middle school. And in college, I did it as a side hustle. And by the time I graduated, I was making enough money to just sell books full time. I sold books on eBay out of my house for about 10 years. And then I bought a building and opened a bookstore 3 years ago. And still sell online. And but I own a bookstore now too. Great deal for Pozo. Thank you, Pozo. So yeah, that's my backstory. Okay, no more for now. Okay. Let's do a couple Flame Tree Press then. And then we got to get to the last few preloaded items as well. Hans Christian Andersen Fairy Tales. Hopefully Pozo doesn't want this one. Pozo's tired. Go to bed, Pozo. Call it a night. Hans Christian Andersen Fairy Tales. Brand new 2020. All the classics. The Emperor's New Clothes. The Snowman. Little Claus and Big Claus. The Little Mermaid. The Snow Queen. The Goblin and the Huckster. The Pearl. The Nightingale. Etc., etc., etc. The Ugly Duckling. Everyone knows the Ugly Duckling. Hans Christian Andersen Fairy Tales. Brand new, perfect condition on this one. Let's go. Looking for $1. Whoops. It would help if I would start that one, I suppose. Brand new, perfect condition. Hans Christian Andersen Fairy Tales. Flame Tree Publishing out of the UK. They make some gorgeous, gorgeous books. Again, this one is brand new, perfect condition at $6.78, looking for $9. Crazy deal. Debbie in at 10. Debbie got a great deal for Denny. Debbie. Sorry, Debbie. Nope, I do not know his brother Franz. Christian Andersen. Hans and Franz. Nope, I do not know his brother. Did he actually have a brother? Got it. Okay. Yep, that was a great deal. Oh, it's an SNL reference. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's get back to the preloaded items. Lot number 21. We got to run through some of those. Beautiful binding. Just Over the Hill by Margaret Slattery. Margaret Slattery. Very interesting last name. Slatterty. Tight binding, tight hinges. Looks like there's a nice little inscription written inside the front cover. I think this book has something to do with aging and getting old, maybe. Just Over the Hill by Margaret Slattery. Copyright 1911. I don't know too much about this one. It seems to be a real gentleman. How different he was from that young Irishman who stood at the corner of the crowded street waiting for the car one Saturday afternoon. I think this one has some nice illustrations. I don't know too much about this one. I just thought it was a really pretty cover. Just Over the Hill by Margaret Slattery, 1911. 10 seconds on the clock. Anything else? Well, Pozo, you definitely need to go check out lot number 30 in the shop. I will just tell you that. You 100%. You can always leave a pre-bid on it, but I think you're going to like lot number 30 in the shop. Thank you, Jacob. That's probably the highlight of the night, is lot number 30. All right, up next, this one. Oh, cool story about this one. This one I bought at, whatchamacallit. I bought this one at John King Books in Detroit on my trip there this summer. Yeah, Pozo, lot number 30 is pretty insane. You don't want to miss that one. The cover hinges are splitting, but the covers are still attached. They're attached by the threads. Uh-oh, Tramp's Little Lady. Sorry, I'm not trying to have favorites tonight. You all are my favorite buyers. This one's really cool. Facts Worth Knowing from the Scientific American for the Household Workshop and Farm. With 250 illustrations, and it's all really cool. A really cool scientific book from 1907. Stuff on plants and animals and health and hygiene and physiology and disease, mechanical engineering, metalwork, glasswork, leatherwork, building, construction, farming and technology, drawing, pyrotechnics, electric batteries, electricity, chemical products. Very cool illustrated science book. Look at that. Look at that. There's how to apparatus for making oxygen gas from bleaching powder. That sounds dangerous. Very cool old scientific book. Again, stuff on batteries and metalwork and leatherwork and glasswork and pottery and farming. No, I don't think this is a kink book. Okay, thank you, Pozo. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Guys, very cool. Facts Worth Knowing. Awesome leather book on all kinds of different scientific topics. These were all recipes taken out of the Scientific American magazine in the late 1800s at $7. Dara, woo! Crazy deal for Dara. I paid a heck of a lot more than that. Thank you, Dara. Awesome deal. And yeah, keep coming to my shows because you can get some crazy deals like that. Thank you, Dara. That was an awesome one. Excellent deal for Dara. You guys were sleeping on that one. All right, up next, this one's cool. This is The Birds and Their Stories, a book for young folk about birds by R.B. Lodge. Nice condition, tight binding, tight hinges. I think this one has tons of illustrations. The Birds and Their Story, a book for young folks by R.B. Lodge, published in London. No date, but I think this one we're going to say like 1910s, 1920s. And again, highly illustrated book about birds. There's lots of egg and nest illustrations. There's some color plates. Early 1900s, probably right around 1900 to 1920 on this one. Very, very cool antique book about birds. I had a lot of questions about this one. This one's super cool. Early 1900s. I'm guessing there's probably 200, at least 200 illustrations, maybe more. The Birds and Their Story, early 1900s, 10 seconds on the clock. We have a $2 bid on this one. This is this one's awesome. That's all I can say about this one. Early 1900s, The Birds and Their Story, with, I mean, just highly, highly, highly illustrated. There's a few color plates, but like all the geese and the swans and the eagles and the owls. Thank you, Tramps Little Lady. You got a crazy deal on that one. Let's see. I think that's your first one, I think, Tramps Little Lady. I'm starting you a pile. Thank you so much. I mean, excellent, excellent deal on that one. All right, up next. Oh, this is a cool old farming book here. This is the Operation Care and Repair of Farm Machinery, published by the John Deere Company. So this is how to repair and fix all of their different kinds of machineries, their tractors and their plows and their planters. 12th edition. So this one is from, I think, the 1920s or the 1930s. And again, highly illustrated book. There's over 230 illustrations of fixing their different machinery. Lots of different examples of their plows and their corn pickers and their harvesting machines and their different cultivation, their potato planters, their corn planters, all that stuff. We got a raid from Eric's Books. Thank you so much, Eric's Books. I appreciate that. Everyone, please give Eric's Books a follow. Go check out all of their upcoming shows. Nice antique John Deere, the Operation Care and Repair of Farm Machinery, 12th edition, so pretty early. They ended up making, I don't know, 50, 60 or more illustrations of the editions of this one. So the 12th edition is pretty early. We are at 9 and 11, looking for $13. Awesome deal. Crimson, you got it. Thank you, Crimson. That was an excellent pickup. All right. Oh, this is another really cool one. Another really cool one. And we only have a $3 bid on this one. This is Painting and Interior Decoration and the History of Architecture. This is like a cool old textbook, like a college textbook on painting and interior decoration. Copyright 1909 on this one. And there are just hundreds and hundreds of illustrations of different ornaments and decorations and design and like really cool, like graphic design / interior decoration type book here. And again, there's just tons and tons and tons of cool illustrations. This is one of my favorites of the night, probably. Lots of cool like interior decoration and wallpaper and painting type stuff. There's stuff on furniture, lots of cool Art Nouveau styles, but then like also antique and ornate type designs. Very cool book on painting and interior decoration plus architecture. Highly, highly, highly illustrated. I don't know, I've probably passed about 50 or 60 color plates already. Highly illustrated book on painting and interior decoration plus architecture. This book is heavy. It probably weighs 4 or 5 pounds. And we only have a $3 bid. One of my favorites of the night, by far. Christy Loves Bees at 20 and 23, guys. I can't tell you how many. Look at that. That has gilded gold shiny artwork on it. I mean, how beautiful are these plates? Absolutely incredible. At 47, look for 49. Last call. Christy Loves Bees. Nope. Nikki's in at 56. Nope. Christy's in at 56. Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Nikki, for the bids. That one, Definitely one of my favorites of the night. Thank you, Christy. Let me see. Christy. Let's see. Christy, I think that's your first one. Might not be. I'm not sure, but I'm starting a new pile. I'll get them together before I ship them. Christy Loves Beast. Thank you so much, Christy. I love that book. It's kind of a miracle I don't keep all of these books for myself. All right, we're on the home stretch of preloaded items. Then we're going to do some more mystery lots for you. This is the Family Encyclopedia. Really cool, highly illustrated encyclopedia. Tight binding. There's some pages that have some wear along the edge. The first several pages have some wear along the edge there. The Family Encyclopedia, explanation of words and things connected to all the arts and sciences. So it's a cool book. I mean, on everything from chemistry and metalwork to animals and botany and plants and medicine, all that stuff. Illustrated by George Crabbe. Let's see, 1831. So you're talking 190 some years old. Highly illustrated books on arts and science, all the different animals and plants and inventions. There's something on compasses. There's stuff on typesetting. There's stuff on seashells and architecture, animals, plants, insects, religion. There's different things on chess. Very, very cool. And again, hundreds of illustrations. There's definitely a few hundred illustrations in this one. Camels and Canadian lynx. And the camera obscura from 1831, cannons and canoes. Very cool. Bees and poultry. I mean, highly, highly, highly illustrated. Nope, this is complete. This is complete in one volume, A to Z. Complete, one volume. There you got water mills and water wheels and wheat. There's XY zebras up until zoo fights is the last one. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 1831 Family Encyclopedia. Highly, highly illustrated. There's a few hundred illustrations. Let's go. Looking for $1. Very nice condition. 1831 Family Encyclopedia of the Arts and the Sciences. So again, it's mostly like lions and animals and insects and science type stuff. Highly, highly illustrated. Nice leather condition. Texas Misses. You got a crazy deal on that one. That's another one that I bought at John King Books in Detroit. And I definitely paid a lot more than that. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely paid more than that. Yep. I'm going to leave the original receipt in there. I paid a lot more. Thank you, Texas Misses. All right, up next. Ooh, this is another really nice one. Nice leather-bound book. This is Cran Miscellanies. Incredible leather condition on this one. The works of Washington Irving. How beautiful is this binding? Nice marbled end papers and marbled edges. Very clean condition. The Cran Miscellanies by Washington Irving, published in 1869. And this one has a tour on the prairie. So it has all kinds of really nice stuff on pioneers in the Wild West and lots of stuff on Native Americans. There's an Indian agent, the Creeks, the trappers, the dogs, the horses, the half-breeds. Lots of very cool stuff on Western hunting and fishing and the fur trade and Native Americans. Absolutely incredible contents in this one on Western exploration from 1869 in an insanely beautiful binding. Another one of my favorite books of the night. I probably said that way too many times, but dang it, this one's awesome. 1869, the Cran Miscellanies with a tour of the prairies. And look at that binding. Insane. Absolutely insane. Nikki at 31 and 35 and 43. Incredibly beautiful book from 1869. And the contents are extremely interesting. Jimmy at 61 and 66. Yep, this one is awesome, awesome, awesome. Nikki, you got it. Thank you so much, Nikki. I'm glad you got that one. That one was so cool. Let's see. All right, we only have a few more preloaded items, and then we are going to do mystery lots for the next half hour or so. And then I will raid you off to my buddy Driftless Books. This is part of the Socialist Thought set. This is Communism and Social Democracy from 1914 to 1931. So kind of World War I era. It's ex-library with the little stickers down there. You'll probably have some, a book plate inside the front cover, library holder inside the back. Nice tight binding and tight hinges. Really interesting book on communism and socialism in the early 1900s. This one, 2-volume set, was published in 1965. This covers communism in Russia, Germany, the Balkans, and Greece, Italy and the fascists, Great Britain, and then I think there's also stuff on China and Japan and stuff. France, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, the Weimar Republic. Cool stuff on World War I, Latin America, Japan and India and Australia, socialism and the rights of women. So cool book on socialism and communism from 1914 to 1931. Very interesting era. And we're at $2. 1965 publishing date on these. Very, very interesting set here. Pretty cool. We are at 14, looking for 16. Molly, you got it. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate you. And I think that was an excellent, excellent deal. All right, we have 2 more books loaded in the shop, and then we're going to do mystery lots. Welcome in, Mr. Reliant Bookstore. How are you guys doing tonight? Are you done selling for the night? This is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Tight binding, tight hinges. Looks like there's an inscription written on the front end paper. This is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, illustrated by Worth Bream. Copyright 1923 on this one. I'll show you a few of the illustrations. And then, guys, up next is the 1866 Christmas books by Mr. Charles Dickens. Probably one of the highlights of the show. 1923, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. We have a $5 bid on this one. Looking for 6. Awesome, awesome title right here with the illustrations. What a great front cover. Nikki's in at 13 and 15, looking for 17. Awesome deal for Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. All right, last preloaded item. Yep, that had a cool front cover. Absolutely. Yeah, we have some occult titles coming up, some new ones. Nothing old though. All right, this is Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens, complete 2-volume set. Yep, everyone, please go follow my friends PJS Books and Antiques. Their next auction is next Tuesday, the 25th, and it's going to be at my bookstore. Kind of crazy. So please go follow them, check out their items, and bookmark their upcoming show. All right, Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens, 2-volume set. Very nice looking covers and spines, tight binding, tight hinges. There is some staining along the bottom edge. You can hardly see it there, but there is some staining along on that bottom corner there. 1866 Christmas books by Charles Dickens, 2-volume set. And this one does have the classics, the Cricket on the Hearth, the Christmas Carol, and the Chimes. And then volume 2 has the other ones. This one has the rest of the Cricket on the Hearth, the Battle of Life, the Haunted Man, and the Christmas Tree. Again, you can see some staining along that bottom edge of the papers. Pretty darn incredible condition, I would say. 1866, The Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens, featuring all of the classics, Cricket on the Hearth, Christmas Carol, the Chimes, etc., etc., etc. We're at 62 and 70. We're at 78, looking for 80. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 1866, Christmas Stories by Charles Dickens with the classics, Christmas Carol, Cricket on the Hearth, The Chimes, The Haunted Man, The Christmas Tree, all of them. Amanda in at 127 and 137 with Jimmy, looking for 147. Absolutely incredible. Highlight of the night by far. Amanda's in at 147, looking for 157. Jimmy at 157, looking for 167. Last call. Incredible, incredible 1866 2-volume set of Christmas stories by yours truly, Charles Dickens. Just in time for Christmas. Amanda, thank you, Amanda. I'm sure you were waiting patiently for that one. I appreciate you waiting. And thank you for the purchase. That was an awesome, awesome, awesome set. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Round of applause for Amanda. All right, let's treat you guys with a couple new books, and then we do have some more antique stuff to sell you as well. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This one is brand new, perfect condition with the sprayed edges. We have sprayed edges, folks. You guys know how pricey these books are. Great color end papers. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Brand new, published in 2024. Brand new, perfect condition. Beautiful copy. Nice big hardcover. This one's like 10 inches tall. 10 seconds on the clock for the brand new Pride and Prejudice. Let's go. I'm going to treat you with a few goodies. Let's go. Looking for $1. Oh, and I accidentally changed it to 10 seconds. I'll change it back, I promise. You guys know how expensive these sprayed edge books are. They're insanely pricey. And this one is brand new, perfect condition. Perfect gift right here. If you want to do a little early Christmas shopping, now would be the time. Save yourself some money for sure. Chris in at 21, last call, and I will change the time back, I promise. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to make you all wait. Chris, you got a great deal. You saved some money on that one. All right, up next, same dealio. Save yourself some money. We have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Again, nice big hardcover. Perfect condition, brand new, with the beautiful white roses on the blue background. Awesome sprayed edges, awesome color end papers. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, brand new, 2024. So brand new, published last year. This isn't like a 10-year-old remainder copy. This is brand new, 2024. Oh shoot, I forgot to change the time. All right, 10 seconds on the clock, 5 on the rebid. Let's go. Oh, doesn't want to start. Doesn't want to start. Oh, there we go. It's running. Brand new 2024 Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Another classic American literature. You know, there's about 1 million people that would love to get this one as a gift or buy it for yourself. Sam in at 13, looking for 15. Wow, Sam. Way less than half off on that one. Thank you, Sam. Mr. Sam Duff got that one, or Mrs. Sam Duff. Thank you, Sam, whoever you are. All right, we do have a new Mrs. Sam. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sam. Edgar Allan Poe Classic Tales of Horror. Brand new, perfect condition hardcover with the shiny gold and the shiny gold edges. Brand new, perfect condition Edgar Allan Poe Classic Tales of Horror. Again, published last year, 2024. All of the classic Edgar Allan Poe scary stories. Brand new 2024 in a beautiful binding. 10 seconds on the clock on the brand new Edgar Allan Poe. Let's go. Looking for $1. Edgar Allan Poe Classic Tales of Horror. Only buy this one if you are not afraid of the dark. This one is running at 8 and 9. Looking for 10. Beautiful shiny gold. And guys, look at that hourglass with the skull. How cool is that? Sam, Mrs. Sam got that one. Thank you, Sam. All right, here's another great new book. This is Medusa, New and Ancient Greek Tales. Awesome book of Greek mythology featuring Medusa on the front cover. Shiny red edges on this one. And again, this is brand new, perfect condition. Medusa, New and Ancient Greek Tales. Guys, brand new 2024. It's not an old, junky remainder. It is a brand new, nice copy of Medusa, New and Ancient Greek Tales. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Let's go. Get you guys a few awesome early Christmas gifts if you want to buy them this week before the craziness with Black Friday. We are at 13 and 15 with Tramp's Little Lady. 17 and 19 with Tramp's Little Lady. Looking for 21. Last call. Tramp's Little Lady, you are the winner. Thank you, Tramp's Little Lady. Let's see. I thought I had another one of those somewhere. A similar one. Huh. I don't know where I put it. I thought I had another cool mythology one. But in the meantime, let's do some vintage kids books. This is Andersen's Fairy Tales. And we will sell some more new books for you. And then you got Andersen's Fairy Tales. This is part of the Dandelion Library. And you flip it over and you have John Crow's Garden. So you have two titles in one. Oh, we got a wait from my buddy STL Bookkeeper. Thank you so much, everyone. Please give STL Bookkeeper 314 a follow. He is an excellent magazine seller here on Whatnot. Please give him a follow. Excellent seller. Thank you so much for the raid. Andersen's Fairy Tales. Again, awesome book. I think this is 1950s. Yep, 1950s. 1958, Andersen Fairy Tales. You have The Emperor's New Clothes, The Nightingale, Whatever the Old Man Done Is Right. I've never heard of that one. The Flying Trunk, etc., etc., etc. And then the other side, you have Johnny Crow's Garden. Two titles in one. Very cool vintage kids book here. Johnny Crow's Garden and Andersen Fairy Tales from 1958. And again, very cool that you got to flip it over to read the other side. Jacob at 8, Panzer in at 9, Jacob at 10, looking for 11. Very cool 2-in-1 kids book. Thank you, Jacob. You got it. Ooh, this is cool. This is cool. We got Babar and Zephyr on this one. Apparently, Zephyr's a monkey. And then on the other side, you have the Tale of Squirrel Nutkin by Beatrix Potter. Absolutely cool. Well, I mean, what awesome titles. Beatrix Potter. I don't think this one doesn't have a date, but let's see. Babar, again, that's the classic monkey story, or not monkey, elephant story. Babar and Zephyr. Copyright 1937, but we're going to say circa 1950s. So you have Beatrix Potter and you have Babar and Zephyr, who's, I mean, kind of looks like what's his face? Who's the monkey with the guy in the yellow hat? I don't know. That there's no Babar in this one. That's kind of weird. Curious George. Yes, definitely looks like Curious George. Babar and Zephyr, and then again you have the Beatrix Potter classic right there. Two awesome titles in one. Yep. Squirrel. Jacob got that one. Thank you, Jacob. So you want to know where Babar is? Here's Babar. We have Babar the King. Obviously, there's Babar the Elephant, who's the king as well. And you have Grimm's Fairy Tales. I mean, these books have such awesome lineups of titles. Grimm's Fairy Tales, copyright 1955 on this one. The Brave Little Tailor. What else do we have? The Musicians of Bremen. I don't know that one. Snow White and the Red Rose. There's a classic for you. So you got Grimm's Fairy Tales plus Babar the King. I mean, awesome titles in this one. Two great titles in this one. Looking for $1. Babar the King and Grimm's Fairy Tales. Copyright 1955 on this one. I mean, awesome titles. Can't beat it. Grimm's Fairy Tales, that's great. And Babar the King, Babar the Elephant, classic. The antique Babar books are so pricey. It's insane. Jacob at 25 and 27, looking for 30. We got 31, looking for 33. Last call. Yep, your mom should have kept them. Absolutely, Steph. Yeah, it's a shame when once you lose your books as a kid, they are gone forever. All right, up next we have Heidi by Johanna Spyri, and hold on to your horses because we have the story of Babar, the little elephant. Yeah, these are so cool. I don't remember these as a kid. This one's copyright 1960, so that was quite a bit before my time. Awesome. I mean, how fun are these illustrations too? Huge illustrations on, I mean, the like whole page illustrations on almost every page. Yes, I'm just a youngin. I was born in 1991. 10 seconds on the clock for another great lineup of titles: The Story of Babar, the Little Elephant, and the classic Heidi. Copyright 1960 on this one. Awesome pair of titles at $5 and 6. Oh, Sally's hopping in. Welcome in, Sally. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you, Nikki. You got it. All right, what do we have here? This is My Mother is the Most Beautiful Woman in the World. I don't think I've ever heard of that title. And we have I Saw the Sea Come In by Alvin Tresselt. Let's see. This one is copyright 1954. Interesting pair of titles. I don't think I've ever heard of either of these. I Saw the Sea Come In, and My Mother is the Most Beautiful Woman in the World. That's a cool title. How fun is that one? Sam Duff at 5, looking for 6. Sam Duff got that. Thank you, Sam. Let's see, Sam, I think you've bought something already today, didn't you? Yep, you did. I got it. All right, what else do we have? Oh, this is cool. So we have Veronica the Hippo by Roger Devoson. And we have Three Little Horses, Blackie, Brownie, and Whitey by Pete Worm. Yeah, Veronica the Hippo. 1958 on this pair. Three Little Ponies. That's way before My Little Pony. And Veronica the Hippo. I've never heard of either of these, but I love the titles. 1958, I think I said on this one. Uh-oh, this one is splitting. I'm going to warn you. That one is splitting right there. Loose binding. Panzer in at 4. Thank you, Panzer. You got it. Very inclusive title, yes. Three Little Ponies. Thank you, Panzer. Let's see. I don't know if there's any more. Oh. We got some more. We got one more Babar. And so this is Babar and His Children. Fun little elephant story. And then also an awesome title, The Tale of Benjamin Bunny, not Benjamin Button, by Beatrix Potter. Two awesome titles. You can't beat the classic Beatrix Potter bunny books. These are such classic. Yeah, Brad Pitt. Tale of Benjamin Bunny by Beatrix Potter, and Babar and His Children. Let's see if there's a date on that one. This one is copyright 19... Oh, shoot, guys, sorry. This one has some scribbling in it. Be warned, this one has scribbling on the first couple pages. I didn't see any on the Beatrix Potter side, though. Babar and His Children and Benjamin Bunny. Not to be confused with his cousin, Benjamin Button. But awesome titles in this one. Tale of Benjamin Button by Beatrix Potter and Babar and His Children, classic elephant story. Jacob Ryan at 6, looking for 7. The last call, Jacob Ryan got. Thank you, Jacob. All right, tell you what. Let's do. We got a few more of those. Plus, I want to do a couple more Charles Dickens and some more Flame Tree Press. This is Stories Around the Year by Thornton W. Burgess, classic animal stories. And then you have Uncle Wiggily's book, The Rabbit Gentleman's Adventures by Howard Garris. Let's get a date on this one. This is 1961 on this one. Nice black and white illustrations plus some color illustrations as well. Very fun animal story titles here. Again, then you have the, whoops, where is it? There it is. The animal storybook in the back. the Stories Around the Year by Thornton W. Burgess. Classic. His books are very collectible. Looking for $1 on that pair. Well, one book, but 2 titles. We are at $4, looking for 5. Awesome, awesome title. Then I'll tell you what, I have 3 more of them, and I might do a bundle because I want to do a few more Flame Tree Press for you. Thank you, Nikki. You got it. All right, I'm going to do a bundle on the last one. You have Trubloff, the mouse who wanted to play the Balalaka. You have A Treasury of Nursery Rhymes. And you have The Best Love Fairy Tales of Walter Crane. And you're going to flip them over. You have Tom Thumb and His Favorites. You have Petunia, I Love You, Petunia the Goose. And you have a selection of a child's verse by Robert Louis Stevenson. 3 classic titles in very nice condition. We're going to do that bundle because I want to do a few more Flame Tree Press for you and maybe a couple more Charles Dickens before we wrap up the show tonight. So you're getting all 3 titles for the price of 1. Great titles in this lot. We're going to sell for just a little bit longer. Then I'm going to raid you off to my buddy Driftless Books. Jacob Ryan at 21. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you. All right, we do have a few more Charles Dickens for you. We have a 2-volume set of David Copperfield, complete 2-volume set. Very clean condition on these. Tight binding and tight hinges. The pages are nice and clean. David Copperfield, the personal history and experience of David Copperfield the Younger by Charles Dickens. Illustrated. This one has 22 illustrations. The other one probably has a similar number. 18 illustrations in this one. Nice illustrated 2-volume set of David Copperfield. Circa early 1900s and very pretty bindings. Beautiful embossed decorations and the gold lettering as well. Can't go wrong with the gold lettering. At 1, looking for 2 on the nice antique David Copperfield 2-volume set. Beautiful books and very clean. Panzer at 13 and 15, looking for 17. We got 17, the last call. Tanya got it. Thank you, Tanya. New customer. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Tanya West, you got it. All right, these, you guys want some more Flame Tree Press? Let's run through some of those. See if we can get all those sold tonight. This is Mary Shelley Horror Stories. Brand new, perfect condition. Look at that. You got the Frankenstein monster right there, and then on the spine as well. These are all brand new, perfect condition. Mary Shelley Horror Stories. You got The Birth of Frankenstein. You have eerie, supernatural, gothic tales, and the horrors of isolation. I think I already sold The Wizard of Oz. I don't know if I have another one in my inventory. I don't think I do, but we'll see. Not today anyway. Guys, brand new Mary Shelley Horror Stories, brand new, perfect condition at 3, 4, 5, 6, looking for 7. Crazy deal. You guys know how expensive these hardcovers are. Even the used ones of these still bring like 15 to 20 bucks on eBay. Husker Girl, you got it. Great deal for Husker Girl. All right, up next let's do, this is a cool one. Weird Horror Short Stories. These stickers come right off. You can get that sticker to come right off. And same with the back sticker. Kind of uglies up the back cover, but you can take that off. Weird Horror Short Stories. Beautiful shiny blue. Electric blue on that one. This one is brand new 2022. You have all kinds of classic authors like Nathaniel Hawthorne, William Hope Hodgson, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Louisa May Alcott, Algernon Blackwood, plus some classic modern authors as well. Edgar Allan Poe, H.G. Wells, etc., etc., etc. Weird horror short stories with the cool skulls on this one. 10 seconds on the clock. Brand new, perfect condition. This one was published in 2022, so just a few years ago. Awesome, awesome title here. Weird horror short stories. This one has Poe, H.G. Wells, Louisa May Alcott, etc., etc., etc. We are at 17 with Debbie and 19 with Douglas. Great deal. Oh, and Husker Girl's hopping in. Husker Girl at 20, still saving a bunch of money on that one. Thank you, Husker. Oh, we got Sherlock Holmes collection. That's cool. Sherlock Holmes collection with the Sherlock Holmes decoration right there. Beautiful orange shininess on this one. Sherlock Holmes collection, brand new, perfect condition. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the early novels, the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, etc., etc., etc. Brand new, perfect condition. Awesome, awesome, high quality hardcover here. Let's go. Awesome title for sure. Just in time for Christmas, or buy it for yourself. Why not? Daniel St. James got that one. Thank you, Daniel St. James. Oh, Daniel got the Wizard of Oz. That's why the Wizard of Oz is gone. Up next, you have Grimm Brothers Fairy Tales. Again, brand new. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Brand new 2019 on this one. And it has hundreds and hundreds. It has Cinderella, Rumpelstiltskin, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, all of the classic Grimm's fairy tale that we all know. Brand new, perfect condition on this one. Let's go. Perfect condition, Grimm Brothers Fairy Tales, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel. Plus, I know I'm missing a bunch, but all the classics. Rottweiler in at 24, Panzer at 26. Last call with Panzer. Nope, Husker Girl's there. Husker Girl at 27. Husker Girl, you got it. Thank you, Husker Girl. I tell you, any of you that buy these tonight, when you get them, you will be shocked at how beautiful they are. I think you're really, really going to like them. All right, this is Tales of King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table by Le Morte d'Arthur. Illustrated by Beardsley. So this one has some gorgeous artwork in it. See if I can show you a few of the Aubrey Beardsley illustrations. I think Beardsley illustrated this one in the early 1900s, or maybe the 1890s. And he has a very unique kind of gothic, strange type artwork illustration, but they are beautiful. Let's see. I'm seeing all the different title illustrations that he did, but I want to find a couple of the actual, there you go, stuff like that. Very unique artwork style. Tales of King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table, 10 seconds on the clock. Again, with the classic Aubrey Beardsley. If you don't know Aubrey Beardsley, go look him up. His artwork is highly, highly collectible. Anillo in at 19 and Rottweiler at 21. Looking for 23. The last call. Rottweiler, you got... Nope, 22, 24. Classic Tales of King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. Husker Girl's hopping in. Husker Girl, you got it. Thank you, Husker Girl. You are getting an awesome, awesome box full. All right, we're just going to do a few more lots for you. This is Aztec Myths and Tales. Brand new, perfect condition on cool book on Aztec mythology. 10 seconds on the clock. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster so I can wrap things up here shortly. Brand new, perfect condition, Aztec Myths and Tales. Beautiful, beautiful, brand new, perfect. Nothing bad to say about these. They were all published in the last several years here. Some of these actually were published in 2024, 2025. Rottweiler, got that one. Thank you, Rottweiler. I think that's your first one tonight. Rottweiler, what? All right, up next we have The Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio, 100 Tales of Life and Love. Ooh la la, let's go. 10 seconds on the clock for this one. Brand new, perfect condition. Again, Flame Tree Publishing, beautiful hardcover. I think this is the first time I've ever ran this one on Whatnot. So none of you probably have this one, unless you bought it somewhere else. I think this is the first time I've ever ran this title. Analau got that one. Thank you, Analau. I appreciate it. Great pickup there for $10. Crazy deal. Oops, whoops, whoops. I need to stand up. All right, up next you have American Gothic short stories. Brand new, perfect condition. This one is brand new, 2019. All kinds of classic authors like Ambrose Bierce, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Washington Irving, Shirley Jackson, Edith Wharton, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Herman Melville. There's 2 by H.P. Lovecraft. There's a couple by Edgar Allan Poe. Gothic short stories, brand new, perfect condition on this one with all of the best classic authors. We're going to wrap things up here shortly, probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. We are on the home stretch. Thank you all so much for coming today. I very much appreciate you. We're just going to sell for a few more minutes here. I think this is another title that I've never sold before. So if you've bought these from me before, you probably don't have this one. Thank you, Husker Girl. All right, here's a cool sci-fi one. Compelling science fiction short stories. I don't know too many of the sci-fi authors, so I'm not even going to show you in that one. Embarrass myself. 10 seconds on the clock. Compelling science fiction short stories. Brand new, perfect condition. I'll let you guys see. I don't know many of these authors. I don't know too much about modern science fiction. There is H.G. Wells and Edgar Allan Poe and Jules Verne in this one, I will say. Plus the modern authors. Husker Girl, crazy deal for you. I'm going to have to start you another pile. Your pile's getting too big. All right, guys, we're just going to sell for a few more minutes and wrap things up. All right, let's do a crazy bundle. You are going to get Norse Myths and Tales, Pirates and Ghost short stories, Beast and Creatures Myths and Tales, and Don Quixote by Cervantes. Let's do a crazy bundle. 4 books for the price of 1. And I'm going to cover a bunch of the shipping because we're running it as 3 pounds. But these weigh like 2 to 3 pounds a pop. Awesome, awesome titles. Norse Myths and Tales, Pirates and Ghosts, Beasts and Creatures, and Don Quixote. 4 brand new books for the price of 1. Someone's going to get a crazy deal here. Husker Girl at 38. Insane deal. 44 still. $10 a piece is so darn cheap. That's like a third of the retail. Husker Girl, you got it. All right. Tell you what, let's just do one more and call it a day. Thank you all for an awesome show. I'm just going to do one more lot for you, I think, and wrap things up. Rage off to my buddy Driftless Books. Last lot of the night. Let's see. We're going to do something special. Let me think for a minute because we're going to do something special. What do you think? Let's do another bundle deal. You're going to get No Thoroughfare and the Mystery of Edwin Drood. That's 1. You're going to get Sketches by Boz. That's 2. You're going to get Pictures from Italy and Uncommercial Traveler. That's 3. You're going to get American Notes and reprinted pieces. That's 4. And you're going to get A Tale of Two Cities and Miscellaneous. That's 5. Plus, you're going to get 2 miniatures. You're going to get The Tempest by Shakespeare and Enoch Arden by Tennyson. That's 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus, you're going to get London Lavender by E.V. Lucas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 books for the price of 1. Last lot of the day. I'm running as 3 pounds. I'll cover the extra shipping for you. Why not? 8 books for the price of 1. Let's go. Last lot of the day. Thank you all so much for coming. I very much appreciate you. We are doing one crazy bundle deal. 8 books. 8 books. We're at like $7. We're not even at $7 a piece. I can't do the math, but we're less than $7 a piece. Jacob Ryan, Amanda at 64, Jacob at 69. Last call with Jacob. Crazy deal. Last call. Jacob Ryan, you got it. Thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate you. Thank you to all the amazing buyers. It's been a fun night. I'm gonna have to get to shipping now. I'm gonna let me make a note to up the shipping for Jacob because I got to cover the extra shipping for him and for Husker Girl. Thank you all for a wonderful night. Let's raid you off to my buddy Driftless Books. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you, everyone else. I think you got some awesome deals tonight. Thank you, Molly. Yep, thank you all. It's been a fun, crazy night. I will hopefully do a quick 1-hour show tomorrow night. Let's go check out Driftless Books. He's selling some cool antique German books tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every single one of you.